Hauntcast.
Haunting Halloween and horror.
Step right up and get your products over here.
The Black Market.
The Black Market is our vendor segment where I chat with haunt and Halloween vendors from all corners of the nether realm. Sliding his way into the Black Market is Devin Carter from Sinister Slide Gear. Devin, what's shaking?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh man, it is going. Build season is on.
Yep, it sure is.
Shit needs to get done, and I've been at it, so making some progress. But we're here to talk about you, my friend. So let's talk about your gear and all this crazy sliding nonsense that you're into.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a journey for sure. Started about a year ago on the way home from Transworld. I've been going to Transworld for about 10 years now. I work for Hobbs Grove in Central California, Fresno area. So I've been going as a buyer and kind of an actor and tagging along for those events, and just saw that there was really no market for sliding gear at these Transworld events or East Coast and all those those cons. And so I finally said, you know what, I'm gonna take the plunge, and I've been making the stuff myself for 10 years as a slider, and I just decided I'm gonna do it myself and kind of build a business just based on haunt sliding. So we just kind of buckled down and started creating the gear and then mass producing it, and here we are a year later and just thriving, selling to a bunch of theme parks and just a bunch of friends that are supporting us in the haunt community. It's been great.
I've become aware of sliding over the years. I mean, it's like, how can you not? If you're into this kind of stuff, you're going to come across it. Now, I don't see a lot of sliders at some of the haunts I've been to. It's not as prevalent. Out in Cali and that area, it seems like that's kind of where it grew out of. I think it kind of was come out of Not Scary Farm or something like that.
Yep. Yeah, so it originated not too far from my hometown, about 4 hours south of us is Not Scary Farms, and they really paved the way. We have some of the original sliders that support us. Slider Dynamics, Scott is a great person, and he kind of has helped us just kind of grow the brand. So having that Knots behind us and some people that work out there has been huge. We have Slider Syndicate in Orlando. They're at Hallow Scream, and they've also really helped us out. They were one of our biggest customers right out of the gun that kind of trusted us. So we're forever in debt to those guys, and they've just been loving our gear and rolling with it ever since.
How did you get your start in this?
So I started about 10 years ago at my haunt, Hobbs Grove. Not my haunt, but the haunt I work for. So basically saw it through Knots and just some of the friends over at Six Flags, Magic Mountain, not too far from us as well. And I wanted to incorporate it into our haunt. And so I did everything I could to try to build a slide character, which eventually became kind of an icon character at our haunt. Sparkles the Clown is his name. So yeah, I shoot sparks and everything, and just started building the gear myself and watching YouTube videos, and basically like Alan Hops and stuff kind of has some detailed videos on how to build the stuff. This is years ago. And just kind of went from there, started building my own gear and then finding replacement parts and just kind of going with the flow of it.
I'm a little too old, I think, to do it. Now, is sliding kind of like a young kind of kids thing? I mean, like, how old are you?
I'm 36.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think I got some life left in my knees for sure. And like this Scott guy from Slider Dynamics, he's an older gentleman. He was one of the originals at Knots. And this guy slides like crazy. He's jumping over people still. So I'm like, I just kind of hope I can last that long.
Yeah. Is it that demanding on your body?
It's definitely challenging. The start is the worst, kind of just figuring out the fundamentals of it and kind of falling with grace. So it's definitely hard in the beginning, but your body kind of adapts to it after time, and there's a lot of like exercises you can do, and that's one of the things that Scott is really good about teaching, just the exercises to kind of keep your body healthy, and a lot of knee exercises. And yeah, basically with that, your body just kind of adapts, and with quality gear, it's not that bad. I mean, our knee pads, they have like a really nice memory foam on where your actual knee hits. So that's been great for sliders. They're just eating that up.
So it absorbs some
Absolutely.
of that impact.
Yep.
And
It's like kind of one of those commercials where they're jumping on the bed and the wine glass doesn't move. It's kind of that type of feel when your knees hit. So it's like almost like a cloud is what most people kind of compare it to.
so you say you've got about 10 years of experience in sliding right now?
Yeah, this will be my 11th year sliding.
You get someone to help you to learn. Like, were you the first one that was doing it at your haunt, or did somebody else introducing it? Okay.
Nope.
So how did you end up like getting your getting the fundamentals down?
So I kind of just saw some videos on YouTube, and this is way back when, and I kind of just taught myself. Definitely was harder than nowadays. There's a lot of more tutorials and stuff on how to slide, but yeah, for myself, I kind of just learned as I went.
Yeah, is there training out there? I mean, like, if somebody wanted to get started, what's the best way to get into it, like to learn properly?
So the good part about Sinister Slide Gear is we're the first company in the haunt industry to offer a starter pack, and that comes with the shoes, the knees, and the gloves that you need, which is basically the essential pack to start sliding. So now that's kind of an option out there, it's definitely easily accessible now. It used to be where, I want to be a slider, but I got to figure out how to make the gloves, how to do the shoes. Do I go to Walmart and cut the toes out of boots and then glue them to the shoes I want? The knee pads, where do I start? So now that we have all that in one spot, it's definitely a growing sport. And as far as training, that slider dynamics guy that I'll talk about a lot in this, he does training where he'll come out to you and train your team, and I'm kind of diving into that as well, just kind of to support the community and kind of grow it as much as we can.
I mean, it seems like it's something that is definitely growing, and a lot of people are adding it as another part of the entertainment or to their attractions, probably even outside of the haunted attraction, but mainly it's a haunted attraction kind of a thing, the sliding, right?
Yes, yeah, definitely. So it's really big in the haunt industry. Some people do it for exercise, it's a really good exercise. Obviously, you're using your full body. So there are days where you'll wake up sore after a day of sliding for sure. So it's a really good exercise as well. But yeah, it's just a great sport that's growing so rapidly. I think Trans World was what really put us on the map. That's a great event, and a lot of our sales point was, a lot of these haunts, they want to have sliders, but they're like, oh, we can't. We're all on grass, or we're all on this, right? So at my haunt, it's very similar. So what we did is we built like basically a thin sheet of plywood with a thin sheet of sheet metal, and we just built this 20 by 20 square. And the people couldn't really realize that they were like walking onto this platform, but they were, and sliders would just hit them from both sides. So essentially, with that setup, you could put sliders anywhere, and that was huge at Trans World. Just tons of people were about to walk away. Oh yeah, we can't have that here. I was like, oh, but wait, you can. And then they were just like, that's genius. Why didn't we think of this?
In the sales business, that's called turning a neg.
Yeah, I guess I was. I guess I was doing that.
You're like, but that's what I thought. But what I realized is we built this thing, and you can do it anywhere. Oh, really?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And so that I want to say probably half the sales from Transworld came from that talk of, wait, I can do this at my hayride or my haunt, even though it's out in the dirt? Absolutely.
It's intermission time, folks. Make sure to follow and share the audio podcast, and please give us a 5-star review. Also, follow Hauntcast on Instagram at hauntcast.podcast for show updates and visual content such as pictures and tutorial videos, which post daily.
And now, on with the show.
Are there surfaces that are better than others? I mean, like, I would take it that the concrete probably is better than blacktop, or does it make a difference? Like, what type of, like, what surface is better than others to slide?
So it kind of depends. Essentially the best surface is going to be like a smooth, like a convention floor type, really smooth surface. But see, that's best for the knee pads. So the life of the knee pads will last a lot longer on that surface. But for the sparks, like if you're going for the spark look, the more coarse the ground is, the better it is. So it's kind of give and take. I think just a street asphalt is pretty good. That's what I slide on at my haunt, and it gives great sparks. The knee pads don't deteriorate real quick. So that's kind of the happy medium for us. But yeah, any surface is doable. It's just it might eat up your pads a lot quicker.
So you just have to replace some of your gear over a course of time.
Which is why we offer that.
Yeah.
Yep, so we have all the replacement caps and fingers and all that stuff.
That's good, because that way you don't have to replace the entire knee pad, like the whole strapping, the Velcro piece that straps around and all of that, right?
Yep.
Well, look, why don't you talk about some of the different components, the different pieces, the materials, like how they're built, that type of thing.
So I'll start with the gloves. The gloves are a really in high demand. They're a very good product. We went and looked for the best metal we can find, and what we ended up with was basically like this black sheet metal, and it's the same metal that they use for underwater bridge bolts. So it's like rust proof and it's super heavy duty. So we cut these out to size, and we kind of based them off the metal conduit, which is a lot of these early days sliders were using this 90-degree metal conduit. It's like a electrical piece, and they would just throw away what seems like the expensive part of it, because it's like you're throwing away this big part and you're just keeping this little tiny metal piece. So people are using that and gluing them to their fingers. So we kind of started with that and then went away, found our perfect metal for this. And we do E6000 or Gorilla Glue, kind of depending on where you're sliding. We could switch it up from Gorilla Glue to E6000. They're both pretty same. So we use that really heavy duty, it's like an industrial adhesive, and we glue the fingertips on. We have Velcro patches, which is what sets us apart from others as well. We have Velcro patches that are sewn onto the palms. So that makes your gloves interchangeable. You can put new spark pucks on when those die out, or you could do what we call like our practice surge pucks. Those have no sparks, but they're really good for just training and then saving the actual flint infused pucks for the actual show. So that's our gloves. Our knee pads, as I was saying, they have that memory foam on the inside. We basically kind of based them off of what the standard for sliding was, which is a 187 Derby Pro. So we kind of took that pad and took off some of the added bulkiness that really isn't needed. Those are more based for like a skateboarder. So we kind of just compacted it, made it a bit smaller, and kind of more based just for haunt sliding. And so that's our knee pads. They've got this really nice locking strap on the bottom. So you can it's almost like a ratchet strap. You could just crank them into place and they aren't going anywhere. And then our shoes are like a Converse style high top or low top option. They come with the toe caps already glued on, ready to go. Or you could buy them separately. Everything that we sell, we also sell separately. So you could buy the recaps for the pads, the fingertips only. If you are into the DIY, do-it-yourself thing, then we have that option as well. And then we've just got all kinds of other fun stuff, merch, teamed up with Horror Props, and I know you just had a podcast with him. That was awesome. I loved listening to that one. So he made a custom horns for Sinister slide gear, and they are so intricate. Like the work they put in was amazing.
Yeah, I saw those and I was like, wait a minute. I said, those look like the Horror Props ones that he was selling. So he did make those for you. So that makes sense.
Yep, he sure did. Yeah. So I met him at Transworld, and I was like, man, I got to get some of these for Sinister. And yeah, those have been selling like crazy. And he put so much detail into them. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I got to get me one of those patches. I got a new shop shirt, and I'm adding all these patches from all these different vendors on them. So I got to get myself one of these patches. So,
yep,
absolutely. So let's just talk about some of the prices. Give me some of the basics. The starter package. What are we looking at?
So the starter pack is on sale right now, and those go for $229.99, and that comes with a sticker, the gloves, the shoes, and the knee pads. And then the sparking is a few bucks more. Knee pads, $95. The black metal fingertips are $38.99. So yeah, we also sell gaiters. Those are pretty popular. So those are like Swiss leather, like shin guard basically. And a lot of sliders use that to protect the life of the shoe. So we got those for $57. Everything's available on our website. And then just the replacement parts and stuff. We sell the shoes by themselves. Basically, everything that's in a starter pack, we also sell by themselves. So if you just need a pair of shoes, you could just hop on our website and get those there.
So the parts that really spark are the pucks. The pucks are what makes the sparks. Is that correct? Or do the fingertips or the toes or anything else spark when you slide?
So right now, just the pucks. We only have the sparking surge pucks. So there's a regular surge puck, we call them, and that's just a smooth surface for training. And then we have the sparking ones. But in the works, and this is the first time we're mentioning this live, it's a news alert.
It's a Hauntcast exclusive.
I know, right? So we are in the process of finalizing our sparking knee pads. So basically our recaps, we're coming out with a new edition, and they're going to have ferro rods embedded into them. So you will be able to spark with your knees.
Excellent.
So that's going to be a fun one.
You got your hands and your knees can spark.
Everybody loves the sparks.
It looks badass. I mean, and plus what is it about? There's some kind of, I don't know, psychology or something about coming in low on somebody, and that scares that kind of really gets a great startle out of them. I mean, I don't know what it is about that. But there is a difference between coming in low, like on the ground, like a slider, and just coming at them like straight on, standing up in a normal, upright position, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of what got me into sliding. And the way I kind of compare it to, have you seen those videos like where the waiter fakes dropping a glass or something, or the boxes? It's kind of that immediate reaction out of the person. Even if it doesn't scare them, it just startles them so much because they feel like somebody's falling, and your automatic reaction is to kind of lean in and help, or so it gets that really good scare, and it's just startles people. Even if it doesn't scare them, it definitely will turn their head.
Since this is audio, but are there any tips or tricks that you could give us that you'd be able to explain, in an audio format?
So when sliding, I think my biggest thing that's helped the people I've trained is just kind of trying to land your hands and your knees at the same time. So you kind of want to fall with grace, we call it. But it's like, if everything can hit at the same time, then you'll get the most life out of the gear, and you'll get the best slide. Then you can kind of upgrade to doing tricks, and people do all kinds of crazy stuff now where they toe drags and stuff where they slide just on their toes. But just that basic training would be probably just trying to get everything to land at the same time, and that's going to make your gear last so much longer too. If you're really heavy on one side, which people normally are, then I would recommend rotating your recaps on your pads. That way they kind of wear at the same time.
Do you need to have a certain distance away from a target before you like make your like approach and go down? Like how many feet do you need? What's the minimal amount that you need to like kind of make that approach and coming in?
I mean, it kind of depends on your setting and where you're at, but some of these sliders can just do it in a 1 foot radius. I mean, they'll just dive on the ground right in front of you. So yeah, there's some talented sliders out there that are able to do it. You know, just as long as there's a little slab of concrete in front of you, they can just pop down, and that's a really good reaction too. I prefer the kind of prolonged approach where I start probably about 6 feet away from the person and slide up to them. That's been my best reaction.
Who are some of the best sliders out there, in your opinion?
Oh, the best sliders. Well, I got to start with a Slider Split, which is the one person that we sponsor. So Sinister has one sponsor, and he's a traveling slider. He goes to different haunts and stuff. Really, really awesome dude. So we take care of him with gear, and he just kind of helps promote the brand, which is a really good name to have out there. But we have a ton of just amazing sliders that support us. Slider Jesus is one of the first ones that kind of started helping us. And then we've got, man, there's so many. The whole Slider Syndicate team over there in Orlando, they just support us like crazy. So yeah, there's a ton.
Okay, so you can hire some of these guys to come out to your haunt and train your team if you wanted to put a team, like get a little crew together. But is there anybody who is doing like online, courses or anything like that? Like on, I don't even know what it is. It's like Udemy or some of those other. Is anybody doing any of those type of things?
So that would be Slider Dynamics, Scott over there, and he's one of the originals from Knott's.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has a business where you can fly him out or bring him out, depending on where you're at. And he will train, do a full boot camp and workshop and just a bunch of stuff. It's amazing what he does.
All right. So you did Transworld for the first time this year, is that correct?
Yep.
Like vending. And are you doing any other conventions this season?
I sure am. So we are doing Hauntmere Expo, which is at the Fresno Fairgrounds here in Fresno, California, which is our hometown. That is July 26th and 27th, and we have a slide team coming out, the Eternal Nightmare, and they're from SoCal as well. They're a really, really great slide team. So we're bringing them out. They're going to do 3 slide shows every day, so that's going to be an awesome event, and that'll help promote sliding. And then we have our favorite, Midsummer Scream, our first time vending there, and that is August 15th through 17th.
Great. So that kind of will do it for the season.
Yeah, and then it's time for me to get to work at my haunt.
Exactly, right? The season will be upon us before we know it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's already grind time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, where can people purchase your gear? Where does everybody go?
So we are at SinisterSlideGear.com, and we are very active on Instagram and TikTok, Sinister Slide Gear on all those platforms.
They can slide into your DMs if they have any questions.
Absolutely, yep. And I will reply in a heartbeat.
Much success with your business, Devin.
Absolutely, thank you.
I don't think I've ever talked to anybody about sliding, so I think you're the first. So
it's crazy how much it's growing. I mean, it is. We have people using our gear in Australia, Germany. I mean, it's worldwide.
All right, well, kick ass, my friend, and we'll catch you around the net.
Absolutely.
Please like, subscribe, comment, give us a 5-star review, share with friends, and buy us a beer if you see us out in the wild. Follow us on Instagram at Hauntcast.podcast for show updates as well as more pictures and video content. Also, like and follow our Hauntcast Facebook page. Listen to the entire back catalog of our audio podcasts, available on all podcast platforms, with over 550 segments now available. Until next time, stay scary.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to Mama.